Picture this. The arena's lights fade. Every seat's filled, and the crowd's buzz feels dangerous, as if everyone knows mayhem is about to erupt. In the center of that octagon, blood soon splatters. The ref shouts warnings, and Islam Makhachev stands over another demolished contender. This isn't just a fight. This is when Berserker mode gets real. And right now, I'm dragging you front row, ringside, deep into the wildest, most bloodthirsty UFC moments delivered by the one fighter nobody wants to face. If you're new, buckle up, because after you hear this, you'll never use the word boring around Makhachev again. If you're new here, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and help us grow so we can bring you even more awesome fight stories. Let's rewind to the very beginning. Islam walks out to his UFC debut. Just another tough Russian, focused, polite, almost quiet. The crowd doesn't know yet, but a storm's about to start brewing. Leo Kuntz barely has time to work his game before Islam's on his back, arms locked in a choke so tight it's like a boa constrictor. Kuntz's eyes go wide. He taps, and Islam rises, cool as ice. That first submission set the tone. But it got crazier. One fight later, Adriano Martins blasts him with a counter, cold, fast, and lights out for Islam. For so many, a loss like that is career killer. For Islam, total mentality shift. The calm smile just faded. His style, his focus, everything turned meaner, sharper, and about 100 times scarier. Nobody talks about it, but after that loss, you can tell Makhachev started imposing willpower. Every opponent wasn't just there to spar, they were there to be broken. His training sessions became stories, rumors spreading about his new aggression in the gym. Nobody in the lightweight locker room wanted to hear Makhachev's next. He'd flipped the berserker switch. If you thought that Martin's loss would make him play it safe, tell that to Gleason Tabai. This guy's a veteran, built like a tank, never been wiped out quickly. The arena's tense as they touch gloves. Then, bam! Islam launches a right hand from nowhere. Tabai drops as if he's been zapped, unconscious before his head bounced off the octagon floor. It's silent for a split second. Even the commentators stammer, "Did you see that?" The ref waves it off inside a minute. Tabai sits up later, groggy and confused, and Islam stands over him showing zero emotion, like unleashing a knockout in under a minute is all in a day's work. I remember fans online blasting the highlight on repeat. The UFC social media team was in overdrive. Just like that, Islam wasn't just a wrestler, he was coming for heads. That's Berserker mode. Blink and you'll miss the chaos. Next up, Drew Dober. The dude is built, strong, with a chin and an iron will. But when that cage shut, it became one of the most complete beatdowns you'll ever see. Islam snatches a takedown and starts working like a human vice. Dober tries to explode, but there's no room. The smothering, suffocating top game just strips him of hope. The violence builds. Makhachev's elbows slice, his fists bash, and by the second round, Dober's face looks like he's gone 3 rounds with a wood chipper. By the third, you see the resignation. Dober's corner's faces twist with worry. Everyone in the arena can smell the finish. Islam transitions, locks in a triangle that crushes Dober's jaw, and the tap is frantic. Joe Rogan can't get his words out. The live crowd erupts. Adrenaline floods through TVs everywhere. You look at Dober after, and no, he was completely broken. That's Berserker mode. Not just violence, total domination. So you remember all those folks saying Islam's style is, what, cuddler? He's a cuddler. He holds you down. Well, Bobby Green's about to disagree. This match, the hype was real. Would Green's crisp movement and sharp boxing stifle the Dagestani hurricane? Instead, Islam barely lets the clock start. He bullies Green backwards, ragdolls him to the mat, and unleashes brutal ground and pound that has the ref charging in to save Green from deeper misery. The fans sitting close to the cage flinched every time those fists crashed down. Green couldn't defend, couldn't escape. It was 5 minutes of full tilt carnage, and every casual fan stopped calling Islam boring right there. The replay, you can literally hear the thump of hammer fists over the crowd noise.
Most guys change when the belt's on the line. They get cagey, try to win on points, not Islam.
Charles Oliveira is the king of chaos, with a highlight reel dripping with finishes and blood. But Islam walks down the champ like he's hunting prey. Oliveira throws wild, but Islam's pressure is suffocating. His stand-up surprisingly lethal. A missile of a right hand crashes home, Oliveira's head snaps back, knees buckle, and in a blink, Islam's all over him, cinching up an arm triangle with surgical violence. Oliveira taps, his eyes shocked, the crowd goes absolutely feral. Dana White is on his feet, Rogan screaming about the most savage finish we've seen in a title fight in years. Cameras catch blood trickling down Charles's face as Islam lifts the belt. That wasn't a passing of the torch, it was a hostile takeover. The era of Makhachev had arrived and it was soaked in violence. If you want to see brutal perseverance meet berserker chaos, watch Islam versus Dustin Poirier. Dustin's known for bloody wars, but even he looks overwhelmed by Islam's pressure. The crowd is foaming, every exchange drawing gasps. Poirier's face is marked up early, blood streaming from a cut over his eye, but he keeps swinging for the fences. Islam, of course, just absorbs it, wades forward, and when he sees a moment, he pounces, dives on a neck, cranks a choke so hard the veins on his own forehead bulge, and Dustin is left limp, eyes closed, crowd silent except for the ref yelling to call it. For me, and most fans watching at home, it's the combo of technique and raw aggression that leaves you floored. The Octagon was stained, Poirier was dazed for minutes after, and Islam, once again, just stood with zero celebration. For him, it's just the job. Fast forward to UFC 322 in Madison Square Garden. Islam is now chasing greatness, going up a division to take on Jack Della Maddalena, the welterweight wrecking ball with hands that have knocked out some of MMA's scariest. Anticipation was off the charts. Everyone's waiting for violence, but nobody's ready for what's coming. Bell rings, and Islam sets a pace that's unreal. Maddalena lands a big shot, crowd gasps, but Islam just eats it, grins, and launches for a double leg. He slams Jack down, pins him, and unleashes a flurry of elbows that instantly open up a nasty cut. Blood's pouring, Maddalena's corner is yelling, and by round 3, there's more of it splashed across the mat. Every transition, every hit, you see Islam digging deeper into that berserker bag. Relentless, merciless, and absolutely calculated. By fight's end, the Octagon looks like a crime scene. Islam's hands raised, the second belt on his shoulder, commentary losing it about how unstoppable and legitimately terrifying he's become. The crowd split, half roaring, half just shaking their heads. But here's the real fun. Islam has a whole collection of wild moments spread through his career, finishing Arman Tsarukyan after a brutal pace-pushing grind, making Renato Moicano wince in pain from relentless elbows and suffocating pressure, ragdolling opponents who minutes earlier looked supremely confident in warm-ups. Every time Islam turns skepticism into stunned respect. His highlight reel isn't shy on blood, busted noses, or battered faces. Fans share the slow-mos, split-second knockout shots that ripple through social media, ground-and-pound eruptions that get millions of replays, and faces of fighters who already look defeated on the walk to the cage. Every gym rumor, every story from training partners adds another layer to Islam's legend. He just wants to finish you, fast and violent. So next time anyone asks, is Islam Makhachev really that crazy in the cage? Just point them to his highlight reel. Blood, sweat, and bodies piling up, all while he barely cracks a smile. Islam Makhachev lives for Berserker Mode. Hurt people, drain hope, and leave the crowd talking about you for years. And the scary part? Every legend needs a next chapter. So who's willing to stand across from him the next time he goes full chaos in the Octagon? Drop your answer in the comments, subscribe for more tales of carnage, and don't forget, if you like true bloodthirsty violence, you're a certified Makhachev fan for life. See you at the next Warzone fight, fam.